Hello, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going? You guys can say hi in the chat, and I'll try to pronounce all of your crazy names. Of course, that's relative. I know. Ralph, I got that one. Jeremiah, of course. Douglas, this is getting easy. This is easy so far. Ahmed, I got that one. Debjoy, low. Sudarshan, I think I got that. Probably not. Low. Oh, Chord Funk, what's up? Guys, everybody, Chord Funk's been helping me tremendously on my guitar app. Big time. It just like really shows me how crappy of a coder I am. Dang Nan, what's up? Okay, I don't have a app and oh shoot, I can't even do it. Karthik, I'll just say Kartik or whatever. David, how's my back is a lot better. I got that teeter inversion table, and I just been hanging on that upside down, and after 2 weeks, just like so much better. It's crazy. Yeah, my back pain is much better. So glad. Basically back to where I was before. I still have, I think, stretching issues. Like, I have, like I can't sit down on the floor with my legs straight down to the floor in my, like my torso at a 90-degree angle, because it just kills my left leg. It might be like a hamstring tightness or something, so I've been trying to stretch that. All right, guys. How many people we got? Okay, 44. I know that'll increase. We're gonna get started shortly. All right. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna be streaming for, you know, the usual time, about an hour. And this is just gonna be a regular UI UX negative space, as I call this show, design review. So about an hour ago, in the Discord server, that's why you guys should hang out there if you don't, I put an announcement that I'm doing this, and I told people to start submitting, and they've already submitted. So basically, if you want me to review your design, you click on the Discord link in the YouTube description, you go join up, it's gonna put you in the roles section, you have to react to one of these, click one of these buttons based on what you are, then it will unlock all the other channels. You can go to feedback channel and then submit your link, your design or whatever. I don't do code review or anything, it's just design. And if I don't get to yours, and you really want me to get to yours because there's a lot of people who submitted already, then you can send in a super chat, which is that little money icon, and you could send in whatever amount, and I will thrust you to the very beginning of the queue. All right. So let's get started here. So let me go up here. Periodically, I'll check out the chat to see what people are saying. The first one was like right at 9 a.m. right here. Let's check it out. Wait, was it? Yeah. And it doesn't load. Oh, that sucks for you, man. It does not load. Sorry. All right. Who's next? What do they say? This is the redesign of a web agency website. Okay. Let's open original. And see what we got. Art. Wait. Okay, what is that supposed to be? All right, so this is a little strange, this logo, because I thought that maybe this is an S, but I don't think, because it says Aristes. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that logo may be a little bit confusing because it looks like it could be Cerestes or something, like an S right here. Either way, no big deal. I like the watermark. Good contrast with the nav up here. That works. Good visual hierarchy placed on the type. This little watermark of an Aristes little thing, that's a little bit less. That's hardly any contrast. So I would bring up the contrast a lot on that to where it's at least at AA. WCAG 2.0 color contrast guidelines, blah blah blah. This, yeah, good call to action. Text might be a little bit small in this area, but for the most part, I like all the colors. Good white space all around. I like the little some watermark eye illustration sort of thing right here. Card designs are all good. Yeah, this is solid. Yeah, pretty solid. I think in some areas the type is just a tad bit too small, like down here. It would definitely increase the type. All right, in terms of the size. All right, very good. What do you guys think this person should get for a rating? 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. I'm not going to look at the chat. I won't let you guys influence me in my decision. So you guys can let me know in the chat based on what you've seen here. 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. You have 10 seconds. I'm going to give this one a 8.2. Yeah. Some people said 888, 777, 8.5, 8, 7, 8, 8, 8. Yeah. Yeah, you guys could do points as well if you wish, you know, like 8.2. I don't have my little rating thing up, hooked up. Usually I have an animation. I don't have that hooked up right now. So I'm just going to do it verbally. But yeah, very good. Thank you for the submission. Who's up next? Ooh, we got some animation here. Let me restart it. Restart. All right, scroll to continue as I said up top. All right, very unique so far. This has a lot of potential, but there are some issues. First of all, I don't know if I would do this the scroll bar hijacking because it's really thin. I'm used to something a little bit thicker, so that poses a little bit of a usability issue. I would have to say that this opening animation is a little bit too long. People generally don't like having to wait, you know, this long. I'd say it's about a good 5 or so seconds. Next up, scroll to continue right here. I can't even talk. Usually you would put that at the bottom and make it a little bit more obvious, perhaps with an animated cursor icon. But continuing on down here, I really like the idea and the design here. I think one thing that would be better, you need to improve your type here. Your letter spacing here, it's real far. I can see that you changed the letter spacing property. And so I would get that into where it's probably at by default. And also the white space between this border, where it says, there's some white space here where it says about like me right here, increase that. The lines are a little bit too close. In fact, I would probably just get rid of this middle line, push this one up a bit, and then take this line down a little bit further, like right here, so that it's not so close to the text. And it would have a better aesthetic, in my opinion. So moving on down here. See, now, this font here does not work. Like you have this font right here. It's a sans serif font. I just don't think that this font works at all for it. So I would just probably stick to the basics and just keep it a regular, maybe even this font, just keep it bold over here. But I do like it as, you know, you're trying to be unique with it. Also, I'm not too sure about the outline, or the glow rather, the dark glow. I would just probably make that completely white with no glow and maybe push it up a little bit more. And then people would see the negative space in the black. Coming down here, the type needs work. Mobile application, and you have this and the weird letter spacing. This needs to be pushed way down, like, I mean, not way down, but like a good amount down, because it's all condensed right here. So I would change that. And then this, the way you have projects here, I just don't think it works well with it intersecting like this. And these little cards, again, I'm not a fan of the big drop shadow that you have on here. So I would try to rethink that. So this is an interesting design because it's very modern, but there's just some things that are really stopping it from being like a 10, or even, you know, like an 8 or so, or 8 and 9. It has the potential to be really great, but there's just some issues primarily with the type. I think if you fix the type, it'll be like, you know, spot on. All right, so what do you guys think this person should get for a rating? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. You have 10 seconds. Let me know in the chat, and then I will give you what I think it should be rated. Oh yeah, I haven't even thought about it. What do I think this should be rated? I'm going to say 6.9. So some people said it's 8, 7, 8.6, 7.5, 5, 8, 5, 6, 8. There's a lot of, yeah, variance here. 6, 8, 8.5, 6.9. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it is really creative, but I think honestly, if you fix the type issue, you know, this could easily be like an 8.5, 9 even. So fix the type. That's my biggest critique about this one. So we got a super chat. Thank you very much. You know, I should really start learning conversion so I know like what this is in US dollar amount. But anyhow, no big deal. It's Sumya in Discord. So let me find where I have to go next. It is I think this one. So I'm gonna make sure that I don't skip anybody, but we're gonna go to the super chat. Where are you at? It's Sumya or something. Jesus, look how many there are. All right, would love to have your thoughts about my portfolio. Please look at the mobile version also. This is my first time I made a website fully from scratch. Oh no, here we go. Here we go. Let's do this. All right. We got another scroll bar hijacking going on there. Okay. Let's move this up. Okay. So logo is okay. One thing, okay, we have a big issue here, and this is one of the topics I really teach on about a lot in the new Scrimba course that's coming up, and that is alignment. So we can see right here where it says the logo, the very left of the logo really defines kind of like this imaginary column, right? There's a column that starts right here and it goes straight down. Then we have over here, offset from that, another column. And it's only slightly offset, so it really doesn't make sense. This column should start right here. This stuff should be moved over in the same line right here, the same column. And then what we have over here is another column that, it's like a third column because this right here, this line that goes straight up, goes like in the middle of the logo. So you have one here, one here, one here, throws off the flow of the design completely. So this is a great way to make your site look a little bit more amateur. If you need to get that alignment, keep things simple, keep it all in the same column. If you really, you know, want it to be really solid, essentially. Jesus, talk, Gary. After that, I'd have to say you have some issues with framing your layout, especially here. When we get real large like this, my head has to scan like from right to left. The logo's all the way over here, all the way over here. And by the way, I'm on 4K resolution right now. So there's a lot of empty space. So you need to think about how you can fill out this design a little bit more. Usually that would involve kind of having like a container that's centered and it doesn't go all the way out to the edges like a fully fluid design. That's one way to approach it. Outside of that, I do like the colors. I do like this photograph. This is pretty good contrast here, so it's not bad. Coming down here, good white space in this part. I have no problem with that. Pretty good type. Right here is pretty good. Although I would probably make these bold or push this down more away from this type right here. So you have more separation between these two different yet similar categories. Coming down here, Initially, those didn't start until I had to scroll down a little bit further. So if you want those to start, make them start earlier. Then I would probably get rid of the drop or the outer glow as well. Just get rid of that. All right, other than that, pretty solid. I'll check out the mobile or the responsiveness. It fixed this little icon, the mobile icon menu. It looks a little bit strange. It's not aligned properly. It's probably not your intention. Sometimes when we're dealing with CSS, things are hard, but still you need to get that vertically centered, because this is vertically centered. So this needs to be vertically centered as well. Yeah, very good. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Next up was this person. Let me go scroll back up. Oh, wait. No, we got another person. Thank you for the... Oh, wait. I was supposed to do a rating. I'll do a rating because he's a super chat as well. What do you guys think this person should get for a rating? 1 being the worst and 10 being the best you've seen. And this is his first full website design, you know, doing it from scratch. So he did quite well. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Let me know. You have about 10 seconds. Me, I'm going to give this one a... probably like a 6.5. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are agreeing with me. So, you know what? But for your, I mean, if this is your first, you know, website, your full website, this is excellent. Very, very good. Next up is another super chat. And he wants me to check out their Dribble portfolio, which, of course, there's not much there. It must be a new designer, so that's okay. I'll check out this contact us form right here. You really need to improve the quality of these. I can see I could barely see it, and it looks pixelated. So you want to fix that. But having looked at this, it looks like you're only relying on placeholder values. But no, you should use labels, and that's a whole accessibility type of issue. So you can do research into that. It also looks like you don't have enough contrast for this type. Contact us if you need further assistance. You need to increase that contrast, make it darker. Send your message. That's pretty good, although I kind of like to see it encased in a button form just to make it real obvious. Other than that, pretty good fundamentals otherwise. We'll check out another one here. All right, so for this, assuming if this is a web-based app with like HTML and CSS, again, you may want to not rely on the placeholder values. Otherwise, this isn't too bad in and of itself. Just might be issues with contrast that I would want to improve. We'll check out one more. Yeah, and definitely upload in higher resolution. Because this is looking pretty pixelated. For what this is, looks pretty good. Yeah, nothing major. You have some white space here. You could probably improve the white space a little bit more by pushing these over to the left a tad bit more, simply because there's an amount right here that's higher. But yeah, other than that, good stuff. Yeah, like here, you definitely want to increase the contrast on these labels. Other than that, pretty solid, pretty good. We're not going to bother with a rating just because I went through a bunch of them. We have another. Oh, and by the way, thank you for the super chat. Who else is here? Oh, Douglas. All right, thank you very much. We got another super chat. Douglas Jason 7, the same avatar on Discord. Okay, Douglas. Gotta find these. Gotta find. All right, please review this project. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. It's a Figma prototype. Here we go. All right. Let's make this larger. Let me go back. How can I go back? Can I go back this way? All right. So one thing that was kind of strange about this, if this is the home, like the main home page, it's strange to have this bar right here. I would probably, let me make sure I'm actually at the home page. I'm sorry, I'm not, it's in a different language, so I'm like, yeah. So this is the starting page. I think that's a little bit strange to have this little bar right here. I'd probably just get rid of that entirely. Other than that, I like the color. The purple works well with this orangish color. The white, of course, works well. The icons here work well. Good spacing, good hierarchy. Again, another one of those things, unless it's like one of those JavaScript-based floating labels, I definitely don't rely just on placeholder values. Probably push this down. This button, the alignment in contrast to this emailed input form, look at the little amount of white space here as opposed to the amount of white space here. So I think in terms of helping the overall flow and the consistency in terms of white space, you could probably push this down more and maybe even left align it, because everything else is left aligned and then this is kind of stuck to the center. But other than that, yeah, good stuff here from what I see. Here's a blog section. This all looks pretty good here. Yep, good white space. Yeah, good type. Yeah. All right, thank you very much for that. All right, let's continue on. Who is next? This isn't the homepage. Well, whatever it was. All right, who is next? The first link in the menu. I think I did. Let me know if I didn't. I'll go back to it. That's the contact page. Okay, well, let me go back to that real fast. Was this the first link? Oh, it says home. That's why I was confused. It says home and then contact. I don't understand that. This is supposed to be the home page. Oh, okay. I got it. All right. So I thought that said thought. But anyhow, yeah, now looking at this makes much more sense. Sorry about that. Pretty good here. I like the purplish. You got a nice, like, kind of like a branding, a vibe going on here. This is good. This is all pretty much perfect in terms of type and stuff. Right here, good white space between the sections. I like the cards. I would keep sticking with the purple by making this as dark as it is, but I'll put a little bit of hue of purple in there instead of just being all gray. But yeah, this is all solid. Very, very good. All right, now who is next? Oh, wait. Let's do a review on our rating on that. Well, yeah, what do you guys think that person should be rated for this design here? 1 being the worst and 10 being the best you've ever seen. I'll let you guys give a rating. What time is it? 10:23. Okay. I think this here is a solid. I think the logo could be improved. He may not have any control over that, but I think this is a solid, like I'm gonna say 8.4. Yeah. So 8, 9, 8, 8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8.3, 9. Yeah. Seems like you guys pretty much agree with me if you average it all out. Okay. Good stuff. I want to make sure nobody else sent in a super chat, and they didn't. So now, boy, we had like 5 super chats. So I'm going to say this is the next one. That's the one that we had. Let me go way up. And it was this person. All right, so let's check this one out. All right, so scrolling down here, let's close that out. All right, so we have some issues. I like the simplicity. but there are some issues. Oh, let me do the translate thing here. Yeah, there's, as presented on my screen, there's some issues here because you have your logo up here, which is pretty large. I would probably shrink that down a bit. And pretty close to it is your headline. So I would rethink that. You need more separation between these elements. And then you have the See Packages button, but real close to that is the next section right underneath it. So things are too condensed here, at least at this viewport in terms of the desktop. I'm not sure what things look like when you get smaller, but pretty much the same thing. So more white space, vertical white space. Outside of that, having this in the middle and then this one to the left doesn't make sense because you're not doing enough of them, so they just look off and out of line. So I would just stick them both in the middle or both to the left. Not enough white space at the top of this container as well as the bottom. Again, things are too scrunched in, so you need more room to breathe here. Same thing with this section, much more space. Like the amount of space I'm talking about on the top and bottom of these sections would be like margin top. Let's see. And of course it doesn't want to work. You're using a font. Yeah, I would not use that font property here. Let's see if this will work. I'm talking like 2em, maybe like 1.5 em units. You need at least this amount of space. You see that? And then down, and then continue it on all the way down, like at the bottom of this. It'll work much better. Plus we have issues here. So yeah, just need to rethink things here. You'd be the perfect person to take my new course. Coming out very shortly. Someone's called me. All right, so what do you guys think this person should get a rating for? 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to give it a 3. Oh, you guys don't agree with me at all. Sorry. I mean, I definitely think that there's a lot of, I mean, it's really an issue of alignment. The alignment, I think, is just so bad that it's pushing it down lower than what I said. I mean, lower than what you guys are saying. But again, like I could sit here in about 20 minutes and probably push this to like 6.5 or 7. So really, it's just an alignment issue for the most part. And I think if you fix that, it would be much higher. All right. Let's see here. All right, here we go. So somebody's telling me they're a 12-year-old full-stack web developer. I'm probably thinking that's not probably true. There's so many people who claim they're full-stack developers, and then no, they're just not. All right. It's good that you're 12 and you're interested in it, though. All right. So who is next? Let's see here. I think this person. I don't think there's been any new super chats in. All right, here we go. For live review, here we go. We got cards that we need to improve here. And it looks like this is just all it is. Okay, so your card designs. Let me go to Google and type I'm just typing best 15 examples of popular card UI design for inspiration in 2018. This is what I would do. I would go to these sites and look at these cards, although, geez, some of them are not that good. I was assuming they would be good, but this is a crap article. But what you need to do is really research and get ideas for inspiration about what constitute effective card design. So what's the issue here? The primary issue is there's no white space hardly between the logos at the top and also between these sides to the right and left. You want to bring things in when you have this much space to work with. It really helps. It's much easier for the user to read it and follow the cards when they're not so close up to against the center. Especially, I mean, this text isn't so bad, but these logos are really just, they're too large. scale them down, give them more white space. I'm not too sure also about the gradient at the top. Usually it's best just to keep things simple. So that's the one area I would improve. I'm not going to bother with a rating though, because that's just, there's not enough here for that anyhow. Okay. Who's up next? This one. Diesel. Auto. Okay. All right. It's not giving me the translate option. What the heck? Okay, so one issue here, nothing really happening in this section. I know you want to keep it simple with just a headlines and a description and a call to action, but it's usually nice. I mean, if you're going to have like a photograph, to try to get some type of photograph where there's some sort of element that's here, or you could put maybe an illustration of some sort, or you can make this text much larger. Keep the same proportions because it's a good hierarchy between the two, but make it much bigger. So like this would be, you know, let me see. This could be like this big, except you of course would want it to go out here further. That way it fills up that space a little bit better. Also, all right, so I see we have cards. Can barely see that they are cards, but that's okay. Good white space in here. Good separation between these elements. One thing throwing this off a little bit, the icons right here, we see this goes all the way out to this column, but these are kind of in. I would push these out to the right, because it's good right here. Then we get down here and things are kind of thrown off just because of this container right here. Pretty good otherwise. And again, it looks like you're only relying on those placeholder values, so definitely try to get real labels here, actual labels. And the contrast between this white text and it being so small and the yellow background, not enough. So you could either make the text bigger and bold, or make the text black, and then it would contrast very well. All right. So what do you guys think this person should get for a rating? 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. It is a little monochromatic and a little bit just, I would maybe try to work in, I don't know. It seems bland almost in this with these type of icons right here. So I might want to use like different icons that have color in them. So I'm going to give this a rating of, yeah, this seems like a solid 7 to me. Yeah, why use real labels rather than placeholders? So go to Google and type, let's see. Text field labels versus placeholders, accessibility. So don't use the placeholder attribute, HTML5 accessibility, chops. These are all good. Placeholder inform fields are harmful. So you can read all about why this is. Yeah, I've gone over it myself probably about 20 times on this channel. All right, who's up next? All right. This is a very simple landing page. Looking at this. What the hell? There's like a cat scratching at my door. Hold on a second. Get out of here. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh, here I am. One thing I would improve, I mean, there's not much here. I mean, there's not a lot of content to work with, but I would push the We Build apps and websites for startups and businesses and for you, blah, blah, a little bit over away from that little line. Just push it over probably about 3 times the amount that it currently is now, just to push it away. It's a little bit close. It's a little bit cluttered. Outside of that, maybe the the distance between these two lines of text, the line height property in CSS, I would bring it up just a tad bit. But again, yeah, this is simple. It works though. Not enough here to do really a rating or anything. I forgot to rate the previous. Oh well, I suck. Let's see. Dingus. There was somebody named Dingus on there. All right, let's see here. This is a huge design. There's no way I'm going through all this. We'll just check out the initial top part. Or wait. I guess I'm rating the just this design in and of itself, I guess. Pretty good right here. Client goal, UX process. Not too sure about this color choice though, with this green, this aqua color. Yeah, this is all pretty solid for just, you know, the presentation of this, the design and the design decisions. Yeah, pretty good. I'm not going to bother with a rating though, just because this is kind of not really specific to an actual web layout, but rather one of these Behance whatever you call them. All right, you reviewed my portfolio website quite a few months ago, which was quite bad. 2 out of 10. Oh man, I wish I would have. Wish I could remember that. And I hope that I made some improvements. Do you mind looking at the old and current to see the? Oh, good. So we're gonna see the old. This is what I reviewed before. This is gonna be fun. All right. Here is the one. I remember this. So I gave this person a 2 out of 10 for this design, and I would agree with that. And I'm going to hold true to that. So this is the before. Let's see if he heeded my advice. Okay, here we go. This is the current. All right, so definitely an improvement. Oh yeah, definitely improvement. This is more than a 2 out of 10. I still see areas though that you can improve. All right, so first we have an issue with visual hierarchy, which is you have an about and a contact button. These are real large, right? I would make this be the main focal point of this, you know, of the site. When a person first reads it, you want them to read this, all right? So what I would do is take this font size. Also, I would use a different font. I'm not sure what font this is, but it looks like a standard font that. So I would change that. And then this I would probably increase the size of that a little bit. And also, I would also work on the ad copy. Just to say front-end developer, that's a little boring. People are more interested, if you know anything about marketing, people are more interesting, they're more interested about benefits than they are features. A feature of you is you're a front-end developer, okay. But how can you help them? How can you help a client? So you can say something more interesting like, I build spectacular experiences, one of the stupid marketing buzzwords or something, but they work. And then like a sub-headline to that could be, I'm a front-end developer or whatever. So I would scale down the size of the about and contact a bit and focus on, you know, reestablishing hierarchy up there. And then we have an issue right here just with too much, not enough white space. There's not enough distance between these elements. You need to space things out vertically much more. But still, compared to the previous, this is 1,000 times better. So we'll go ahead and do a rating. So the first design that I rated from him months ago was a 2 out of 10, and that is this one right here. This is this person's old design. All right. Now here's the new one. All right, so what do you think this person should get? Knowing that the first one was a 2 out of 10, what should this person get for their new design? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. I'm going to give them a... I'm not looking at anything you guys have said yet. I really want to just... I'm going to say 5. Yeah. 3, 4, 3, 7, 3, 5, 5, or 8. Someone said 8. 8, 6. Okay, so 3, 3.5, 5, 3, 5. Yeah, it looks like 5 seems to be the average. So yeah, so you're making progress. Don't give up. Trust me. And especially buy my Scrimba course that's coming up, because that's really going to take you to the next level. Actually, I think it's going to be sometime next week that the first hour of that Scrimba UI design course is going to be released on my channel and at scrimba.com. So I'm excited for that. They sent me the video already. So I'm just going to upload it when they tell me to. Okay, let's continue on. I know, I have to promote. All right. Sleep tracker. I'm not sure how much they're going to charge. It's either going to be $20 or $30. But the course is going to be hours upon hours long. And it's all filled with interactive examples and interactive challenges. So I've been working hard on getting that going. And it's not going to be released probably till the end of February, maybe sometime in March. Just because there's so much work. So much work's going into it. All right. Sleep tracker. I like the color scheme. It's going to honestly the course is going to go from, it's going to assume you're an absolute beginner, although you kind of have to understand basic HTML and CSS because it's using the Scrimba editor, and I demonstrate UI design through HTML and CSS. So as long as you're good with there, then great. But I'm going to take everybody from absolute beginner into more advanced levels as we're aiming for a 10-hour course here. Okay, so checking this out, yeah, I like the color scheme. I like the illustrations, which really add to it, especially this. I like the type of illustrations where they just kind of cut into seamlessly the rest of the background of the app. I like that. Looking at the rest of it, yeah, this all looks solid to me. I don't have anything negative really to say about this. Very good. We'll do a rating for the heck of it. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Let me know in the chat. I'm going to say, I mean, assuming these are your illustrations and you can pull them off somewhere else or whatever, yeah, this is the good, like, 8.5. Yeah. People agree. Okay, you don't have to keep saying that. I understand. It's an okay critique. Yeah, I would say. Stop that. Stop saying that, though. All right. Who's next? We are at about 15 minutes left. My portfolio, rueworks.com. Work in progress. Not responsive yet. Please rate and let me know your thoughts. Okay. This is pretty good here already. All right. We got our dribble and Behance links all up here. This is kind of strange because this is offset. Like, it's not centered. I could tell it's not centered. This little logo. That's throwing me off a little bit. A little strange here on the, I assume this is not, okay, it doesn't work yet. But the alignment's kind of strange. I could tell right off the bat. Like, the top of this line is above this line, so they're not, like, this should be brought down to be centered in this icon right here. Either way, though, I like the type differences here. I like the call to action button and the secondary call to action. when you design like this, it's like a carousel kind of, it makes you want to click through them, but this is just an image, I can tell that it's not interactive. So I'm not sure if I would present them that way. Unless you plan on making them like an interactive carousel. Okay, so this is a little strange because what I do, very small text, I would increase this substantially in terms of size. And then this as well. These are real small. I mean, so you gotta, but twice the size that they currently are, you need to increase them by. I like the icons and the way they're designed, but the scale is an issue. Portfolio, same critique about this. The small text, too small. The layout's nice though. Everything else is good. It's just an issue with the type scale. This is a little strange because we have over here in this column is the title, but pushed way far over here is the list. So I would just take the development, put it right where the icons begin or the labels begin. Probably where the icons begin for each of those. And I think they would flow better. All right, solid otherwise. This has a lot of potential. So yeah, what do you guys think? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best that you've ever seen. You know, despite the text being small, I think everything else is spot on. So I'm going to say 8. Most of you guys are disagreeing, saying it's slightly lower. But that's okay. Yeah, I just think the type's way too small. That's the takeaway. All right. Let's continue here. All right. This is a prototype I've been working on. I don't know whether you would consider it or not, but any feedback would be appreciated. Welcome to Speeve, an idea that makes package deliveries and pickups faster. And that PI was like in its own line, so that was kind of strange. Simple UI making it, okay. This is kind of going fast. I'm gonna hit the skip. Having an intro like that, I don't know. That's old school because like back in the days of Flash, we did that all the time. Like we had this introduction, like everybody who had a website had this animation and then you had to click skip. I'm not too sure about that in this day and age. I'd have to really research about like what people say about that. I mean, it was good that there's a skip button, but really I question the usefulness of that. What is happening here? I can't click on anything and I don't know what's happening. Did he say anything about this? Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like I can click on anything else or go anywhere else. I can't scroll down, so this is it. So it seems like it's maybe something, it's a work in progress, I'm going to assume. So unfortunately, just not enough here to really rate or even critique. So thank you for the submission either way. Let's continue on. Just a landing space design, just the style, some texts is just samples. All right. Okay. XD prototype, let's get it up. All right. Not enough space between these elements, white space, so you want to push down this learn more button, like down to here at least. Yeah, I like the colors though. I mean, the colors work. This illustration right here, push that up. I know you wanted to make it look like she's standing on this edge, but I don't know about that. I would push it up just because there's an alignment issue. Like these 3 elements define a row starting at right here and ending right here, and then she's kind of like offsetting that down. So I would rethink the positioning. The easiest way is just to push her up here and then push this down just slightly. Coming down here. I'd probably shrink the size of this text just a little bit. I like this. I like the way these, this is in its own column. I like the icons. This all works pretty well. I like this section probably the most of everything I've seen so far. Again, scale down the size of the type just a bit. Yeah, not too bad. What do you guys think this person should get for a rating? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. I would also bold these up here. Also, this red in the logo icon, the symbol, doesn't contrast well enough, so I would just make that white if you're able to, if you're allowed to, or whatever, depending on who you're working with. For this, I'm going to give a rating of probably like a 7.5, which you guys seem to agree. All right. We'll do a couple more, and then we will be done. All right, so who's next? We got a code pen here. Animated nav with GSAP 3.0. Let's see it. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Here's the thing. I would speed that up. And why is it here? Why is this line here when we already have a way to access it? Plus, we can't click it on it or anything. So I would make that off, like get that off the screen. This is the menu. That's the way you access it. So I would change that. Let's check it out in terms of it being responsive. It's a little bit slow too. I'd make that come in quicker. People don't want to have to wait quite that long. So speed it up a little bit. Cool. Otherwise, it does work. Here's my take on Neumorphism. Everybody's been talking about the Neumorphism. I did my own video. All the other YouTubers did their videos. Oh, this actually works. You know, this isn't a prototype in terms of a design. Yep. Oh, here we go. We got a day-night. I like that approach. I think I'm going to do that to my guitar app because I was just using a regular toggle switch. Hey, I've been working on my guitar app. I'm going to show you guys here in a second. Yeah. I'm not sure. Please enter a superhero name in the search box. So you have like an icon here and then there. I would put this above the search box, and the search box honestly would have to be more obvious because you just can't see it really. It's kind of hidden into the background, which I know is a feature of the whole trend. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't. This is almost an afterthought, so I would change that. Good stuff. Otherwise, I'm gonna do one more. Then I'm gonna show you my my guitar app. Not just a prototype, like actually coded up and all that stuff. All right. Next. Who's next? Dave is next. Let's see here. Ready for Mars? Launch. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not really enough for me to really critique it too much, but I almost want to scale this down. There we go. I kind of see it differently. For what it is, yeah, you have good, what do you call, good contrast on the elements that need it. This is a big, large font, so you have enough contrast there. Probably wouldn't have the slight gradient that you have going from gray to white. I would just make it all white. Maybe move up this line slightly, make the launch button a little bit larger. But yeah, for what that is, not enough there really to deal with a rating or anything. But yeah, I think we're done for today in terms of critiques and all that stuff. Oh wow, the rating thing, not that big of a deal to me. Yeah, is my site even working? Let me get this out here. Let me load up npm run serve here. Now, mind you, it's not done. Especially the coding certainly isn't done. But yeah, like look at this. This right here, I'm planning to. I had it designed a certain way, but then I decided to move. I'm going to move this stuff into here. So this root markers, of course, it looks like garbage. Is going to be moved appropriately over here. But here's my dark mode. Oh, and by the way, this bar, that's not going to be there. That looks really stupid just hanging out there. In fact, let me do this. There's so much work left still on this, so this is definitely a work in progress. Let's see here. Also, there are some design issues, but they're only presenting themselves as messed up because I haven't messed with the CSS enough. Like this container is too large compared to this container. It's slightly larger, so tiny things like that need to be fixed. This right here, that is going to be changed into like a traditional checkbox because I was toying an idea with doing this type of thing, but I think it's just not user friendly enough. So yeah, this is my guitar app so far. Very fun stuff. You can show all the notes. There's gonna be a lot more information, but yeah, that's my work in progress. You bastard, you. Somebody just sent a super chat. I don't want to though. Dang it. What do you mean technologies? Oh, yeah, just Vue.js for that. I'm probably going to make it Nuxt app. So that way it's going to be SSR so that I can rank for all the different guitar scale note related keywords people are searching for. But yeah, no, don't rate it yet. It's not ready. Yeah, it looks like garbage halfway. So I'm working on that a lot though. All right, Adush, I'll do one more just because you sent in. But your name better be here, otherwise you're lost. And it's not. Yeah, there we go. That's for sure. Yeah, the chord funk. Let me show you something now. Now in this next part, like where you change a string, this is not designed at all. So just don't even pay attention to this ugly part. I have it printing out stuff because I was confused here. Let me refresh this. So if I change like the E string to like C sharp, it does the D flat. I understand why I did that, but then it says D right here. They have like the double D issue. I don't think that's much of an issue though, honestly. It's probably how it's supposed to be anyhow. No big deal though. All right, guys, I'm gonna get going. Thank you for the super chats and also hanging out. I'll see you guys next week, likely. Goodbye.